Pay attention to the actual synchronicity, especially at the beginning of this week, my gorgeous Libra. Do you know what the actual synchronicity is going to reveal to you? Just pay attention to this synchronicity, because the synchronicity in your life, it's about to reveal dishonesty to you. And you need to be aware of this dishonesty, because this dishonesty as well, at the same time, it's going to really play such an important role by the end of the week, because by the end of the week you will know that this is very strongly connected to the actual justice in your life, okay? And at the same time, my gorgeous Libra, at the beginning of this week, you're also going to find yourself working on something really important. You are going to find yourself like really enjoying yourself, and your concentration levels are going to be really high up. And that means that at that moment in time, when you find yourself working on something really important, and this is going to be so, do you know what, when I say that you're going to find yourself working on something really important, this in itself is really to do with an aspect of your life that you really wanted to work on for such a long time, but that time never happened, okay? So it's to do with an aspect of your life that you will keep on living behind, but you're not going to be able to explain, for the love of God, at the beginning of this week, like where all this inspiration now suddenly it's coming from. But that absolutely doesn't matter right now. The bottom line is that you are finally going to work with an aspect of your life that you needed to work for such a long time, but even more so, your concentration levels are going to be up, and your energy is going to be rising, your personal vibration is going to be rising. And this is what I mean when I say that your concentration levels are going to be up. You're going to be enjoying yourself. And when you're working on something that you need to work on, plus on top of that, when you're enjoying yourself, you create a very powerful and very special energy that makes you to go so much further, but it also makes you aware of certain things about yourself, like you get certain ideas and realizations that you become very much so confident about. Your self-esteem is going to return, and also you're going to start realizing that you're working on that aspect of your life. This in itself, you're going to think, oh, I should have done this such a long time ago, but it doesn't really matter. It's happening now. But most importantly, you are going to have to become aware of like the fact that for the first time after a long time, you are actually going to have like control over this part of your life, and you're going to be wondering why I didn't do this earlier. But as I said, now it's time. So this is all part of the fresh inspiration that you're actually going to get out of it. This in itself, a couple of days later, my gorgeous Libra, something is going to come to you completely out of the blue. You will want to start up something. It's like to do with a certain project. It's to do with a certain direction, new direction, brand new direction in your life. It's about to pop up, and you are going to be surprised completely how strongly you feel about that brand new direction in your life. And also you are going to become aware of some kind of a breaking news on the outside, nothing to do with your life as such. And this breaking news that you're going to become aware of, yet again, you're going to be thinking about like it's just nothing. It's going to kind of start making nothing. It's going to make sense when you hear this breaking news, but you are going to be able to get something so big and so important out of it, because it's all going to be kind of contributing towards you to starting up this for you to kind of start this new direction. And these breaking news are only going to kind of open you up in a sense of like, you know what, I don't care, now it's absolutely time to explore this new direction. This is exactly what you need to do at this stage in your life. And even more so, there is a vision that you are going to have, like, oh my god, just completely out of the blue. After that moment in time, my gorgeous Libra, there is a very kind of powerful vision that you are going to have. And this vision, it's really kind of like suddenly you're going to start thinking about so many aspects, like in your near future. Oh, I want this, I want that. You're going to be in this mode like to plan, and you will be planning. What do you want to do like in the near future? But at the same time, this vibration, it's going to bring you right to such an amazing point of your life where you are literally going to be facing a certain vision. And this is such a powerful moment in time, because that vision as well at the same time, it is like kind of, you need to understand, it's not only about a vision, but it's the level of connection that you're actually going to feel. So that's telling me like completely that this vision that you're going to have, you will be able to manifest within 10 months. The vision that you're going to have at the beginning of this week, it's not only going to rejuvenate you, regenerate you, it's going to clearly show you how much do you need change in your life, but also you need to understand it's not only about a vision, but it's about the process of manifestation that you're already starting. So something is going to take an additional 10 months until you get to this particular stage. I know that you're going to be worrying here because there are so many elements that you're going to find rather challenging, especially about yourself. You will realize like kind of like how you really don't take certain things in consideration so far that meant to you so much. And this is also a really great sign that you shouldn't find challenging. You should only understand this, how much you've actually evolved in terms of your spiritual journey. There is so much that you've been through over the last 2 or 3 years, and sometimes we can be through so many things and not even realizing how much we've actually learned, how much we actually became aware of. But then there comes a moment in our lives when we can just apply this, learning progress, when what we learned becomes like, oh my God, like part of our own wiseness, and you will be able to apply so much to your situation right now, especially what you've actually learned about yourself, about your life over the last 2 or 3 years. So you will see exactly what I mean. This is going to be an important time. So when you find like kind of like a thing's really challenging here, like how I'm going to do this, no baby, no, don't go low, don't go down, just keep your head up and absolutely keep going no matter what. By the time you get to the mid part of this week, my gorgeous Libra, I will say this, that there is like a pretty much so going to, the mid part of this week is going to start with like a certain nostalgia. You're not going to be able to explain again or understand like why you're feeling so nostalgic. And it's not just, oh yeah, why am I feeling so nostalgic? But there are specific people that are going to be on your mind. There are specific situations that are going to be on your mind from a long time ago. And it's worth to pay attention to which people exactly pop up into your mind, because those people who pop up into your mind and those situations that pop up into your mind, this is showing you clearly that you need to reconnect with a certain people, because one of them is going to be so important. One person that you will reconnect with, it's going to be so important when it comes to your specific spiritual journey, because it's going to really help you out with the contemplation that you had over the last 5 months, with a very kind of difficult contemplation. And that specific person from your past is going to be playing an important role, because they're going to point out that some kind of person that is controlling you in a bad way, someone having a control over your life. And this in itself, it's really going to play an absolutely vital role when it comes to you making that contemplation and thinking about the contemplation that was on your mind for 5 months, where someone in your life, someone from your past, is going to give you an answer, because they're going to point out a certain person who is having a rather negative control over your life. So this is really going to answer your question completely when it comes to that important contemplation that was really kind of slowing you down and driving you up the wall over the last 5 months in particular. And also, my gorgeous Libra, when it comes to the midweek, you will have a kind of like a rather, you're going to get a message or you're going to get a phone call, and there's something going to be so unusual about that message and that phone call. And it's like something, it's going to be really strange. And it's going to get you thinking, because there is a specific information that you're going to find out. And that specific information that you're going to find out is going to make you feel really weird and bizarre, because somebody's mask is going to be falling at the same time. So you're going to find out, like kind of like certain person being completely dishonest. But this is going to play an important role. It's not only about that you finding out about someone being completely dishonest, but that in itself, it's going to contribute towards you understanding that you need to be patient at this time of your life, and you need to keep certain things to yourself. When you find out who this person who is dishonest is, you don't need to go there and say, oh, you're dishonest, blah blah. No baby, no. Just use this as your spiritual gift. Just use this as like your own guidance, that but it's going to show you exactly what situation or which group of people perhaps to actually move away from. And even more so, it's going to make you aware of the power of being patient at this stage in your life. But because what are you working on right now, it is going to bring an ultimate happiness into your life. But it's also like when it comes to your finances, when it comes to your success, when it comes to your achievement, when it comes to you living a happy life and doing things in this life that you want to do in the way that you want to do, okay? And at the same time, this is also going to be absolutely breaking a point in the best possible way when it comes to you realizing suddenly how much people in your life mean to you and how you haven't reconnected with a certain people in your life because there was so much going on. This is going to highlight the power and the importance of people who are meant to be in your life, and it's going to create something so beautiful and so emotional, and you're going to start taking so many people into consideration. I'm not saying that you weren't taking them, but the part of your life that you're working on, you will understand how much you want to reconnect with the specific people in your life, how much they make you feel alive, but at the same time, this is going to mark the stage and the period where someone very, very special, it's also about to enter your life. So it's not only about the people from the past, people in our lives, but at the same time, someone really special is about to enter your life at around the midweek as well. Someone very special. This person is not from your past, but this is someone who's going to inspire you so much. This person that is about to enter your life is going to make you feel alive again. It's going to you're going to be able to understand so much about yourself through that specific person. And even more so, that specific person who is about to enter your life, it's about to play an absolutely major role in your life, in terms of you understanding that something really came to an end, something that you have to move on, something that you really have to move on. On one hand, you're going to understand through that person you need to move on from the specific situation because it came to an end, and you're also going to understand that something much better, much brighter, much more powerful, that is going to make you feel so much more happier, it's actually coming. So you're only leaving this situation behind for something much better. But sometimes in this life, we just need a little bit of this magical, wonderful people who are having such a powerful, absolutely mind-blowing impact on our lives. They inspire us, they make us feel alive again, they inspire us in the best possible way. I want to try that, I want to do that. Do you know what I mean? So this is someone very special about to enter your life here indeed. By the time you get to the last part of this week, my gorgeous Libra, it's just basically, you are basically this is about the whole new balance coming in, and this balance that it's about to come in, it's really going to make you aware of how maybe disorganized you were so far. So this new balance is immediately going to put you in the state and in the stage of you wanting to organize certain things in life. And this is brilliant because before you felt absolutely hopeless, and then at the same time now you will know what you need to do, because that in itself is going to bring you security. It's going to bring both security and power into your life. And also at the beginning of this week, at the end of this week, you're going to learn something. My goodness. So this is it. This is what you need to do at around the end of the week. Not only the end of the week, but every time when you have this urge to read up about something extra, to learn something extra, to learn something more. It's about a learning experience. It's something like really kind of big here at around the end of the week. You're really going to feel such a strong connection to learn something, to find out a bit more about something, and you are going to learn about something and find out a bit more about something. So it's all about the new learning experience that you are going to have at the end of the week, which is going to make you ridiculously kind of curious. And that in itself, that curiosity, is just all about you doing the right thing. This is a lot to do, again, what I said before, my goodness, this is a lot to do with that justice that I mentioned before. You see, it's all kind of connected to that justice moment. This is the whole brand new energy coming into your life, but at the same time, it's like kind of like you will know, like this justice that I'm talking about right now is that new learning, this new learning experience that you have. It's not only about learning experience, you being curious, but also at the same time, you're gonna feel, you know what, I'm gonna do this. And almost as if like a little rebellious part of a little Libra, it's gonna come out, yeah baby, just go for it. Before, you would just like absolutely no, but now you will know this is something that you deserve. This is your own justice. This is the part of your very, very strong and mind-blowing spiritual journey. Do you see what I mean? So this is even more gonna really inspire you in such a sense. Well, but you know what? Like now you're gonna become aware of like a really important choice here. So it's not only about a new learning. It's not only about you being really curious, but this is all gonna lead towards you knowing that this is your justice. This is exactly what you need to do, because through that you're also going to create a rather sacred spiritual shortcut to the part of your life that you wanted to get to for such a long time. And this can only be due to you being through so much over the last year. This can only be coming through the actual karmic reward. So that is going to follow towards an important choice that you are going to be able to make, that is going to go for an additional 7 months. You know, that choice, you know, there is a lot that is going to come through. There is a lot that is going to start changing in your life within the next 7 months indeed. But this is going to reflect on your financial situation quite a lot, and it's going to make it a rather solid. But at the same time, you are going to need to be really direct here. When it comes to that choice, you know, you are going to need to be really, really direct here. And you're going to need to put your foot down, and because someone is going to try to put you off this, somebody who's like really good to you, somebody who's important to you, somebody who's around you, somebody who understands you. But sometimes it's not that everybody understands like every aspect of our spiritual journey, okay? You live your spiritual journey, you understand yourself like pretty well, you know, but at the same time other people understand you as well. But it doesn't mean that, you know, like that somebody else who completely understands us, that we should do every single thing that they say, they suggest. No baby, no. You just use it as a base. You just use it as a guidance, but you do what you want to do. So this is the problem here, that you will want to make that important choice, which is going to be brilliant at around the end of the week for your financial situation, trust me. But at the same time, someone around you is not going to be able to understand you. This is your life. This is your spiritual journey. This is something that you should do. So that's why I'm saying that you need to put your foot down. You need to put your point across. I'm not saying to argue or anything, because this is someone really special in your life, but you just have to explain to that person that this is something you need to do, because this is about to bring you the life like you've never lived before. Not only when it comes to you having so much around you, being extremely optimistic and happy, but at the same time it's gonna like financially, it's gonna be like a big mama. I am talking about in compared to what you have now within the next 7 months. After 7 months, it's almost like it's going to be like the life of luxury, you know, in compared to what you have now. Not only when it comes to your materialistic life, you know, in things, but also when it comes to your own spirituality. And it's even more so going to help you out so much with like a difficult choice that you had kind of like you had so far. You wanted to leave certain things behind, but you just didn't know how to do it. So now you will know that this is the natural next step that you need to make as well. Because on one hand, it's going to help you with a difficult choice that you had for such a long time when it comes to you leaving certain things behind, but you didn't know how to do this. So it's about you finding yourself on the spiritual quest, but trusting yourself. So this is why things have to come from you, through you, not through somebody else. And I'm keep on saying this, and even if we make the wrong decision, it doesn't really matter. It's meant to be like that. There is something we have to learn, and that's exactly what's happening here. Okay, my gorgeous Libra, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium. Love you. Bye.